too many senseless penalties. That was the word that Coach Akey used, describes a young team. But they have been sharp so far today. Another completion over the middle. And will be a first down. And continuing with the play. I don't know if he was down or not. But the Vandals have now crossed midfield. And Heisler thought he was down just past the first down marker. But Runner continued with the play, and I think they're going to spot this one in Cowboy territory.
We're fortunate enough to be close enough to the field to hear the whistle, and there wasn't a whistle. Clearly, the play was still going on. Good delivery by Blackman. Not the best ball security. And again, a player on the back of another player. It looks like we might have a coach's review or a referee review.
That was Sia Halaopi, number 34 for the Cowboys.
Nonetheless,
stop, but he didn't really make the stop, did he?
Nonetheless, great effort.
But great concentration and awareness to keep running.
That's exactly right.
Remember, we saw that in the title game between Auburn and Oregon a few years ago. I believe it was the last minute of the ball game, when the Auburn tackler, everybody thought he was down, and he kept running and set up that game-winning field goal.
Anybody who's ever played the game has had a coach who said, play to the whistle. And in this instance, we don't have a great angle to see that left knee as he rotated his body off the defender. They're going to sort it out for us.
And it was number 29, Luke Ruff, the free safety, the senior out of Castle Rock, Colorado, who came in to try and deliver the cleanup blow, but did not wrap up on Runner. So this will be our second play under review. And another pretty big one. Remember, the first one was to start off the game, the fumble, when Idaho coughed it up. That led to the first score of the game.
The athletic ability of these guys now, you've got to drive them into the turf. Defensive coaches always said, drive them into the turf, because they have such strength and such ability to stop and go. Again, this is a really exciting, either way this goes, it's just a brilliant play to watch.
Well, I think clearly Idaho will have the first down, because the tackle, or the whatever we all thought was the tackle, was made beyond the marker. But this will be a huge benefit to the Vandals to be now in Cowboy territory and try and answer with another touchdown and get their first lead of the ball game. The first score, the Cowboys with the touchdown after the turnover, and they've been swapping points ever since. But again, Idaho yet to take the lead in this game.
And it all boils down to camera angles. Of course, some games will have, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14 camera angles to choose from. It all depends on what the officials can see up in their booth. Obviously, I don't like how it slows the game down, Peter. Even if the Vandals do get the play, do get the decision, it's just too much standing around when they've got momentum.
Well, two trends for the Vandals that have been pushed to the wayside here in this first half. Rushing yards, they came in averaging about 1.8 yards per carry. They've done a much better job than Vandals have here in the first half. And they're averaging only 10 points a game. They only had a field goal against Eastern Washington, 13 against Bowling Green, and 14 against LSU. So they've already got 13 in the half, and they're on the march for another score.
But harks back to the conversation we had with Coach Akey. And when you're on a conference call with a coach, you want to believe everything he says, but it's translated itself onto the field. They've had fewer penalties. They've had a better running a game. They've had incredible energy thus far. So Coach had said he's building on those 3 losses, and he sees vast improvement, and that's what we're experiencing here.
And it's a pretty crowded receiving corps for the Vandals, so a play like this, these guys are also fighting for playing time as well.
Yeah, they Blackman spreads the ball around very well. Mike Scott has over 10 catches.
Still have the first down, but they're going to bring it back. The crowd here doesn't like it. What do you think?
I think it's not up to the crowd. I think you play the chips as they're called. And Navy, after waiting that long and that amount of disappointment, the Vandals can get that momentum back, get that excitement back. I can go either way on the call.
You do bring up a good point. You take that momentum, you take Coach Akey doing backflips on the sidelines, and you bring it to a screeching halt. But you've got to make the right call. Alluding to the point you just made a moment ago, Tommy Blackman has thrown a pass